Hello folks, this is your unfriendly neighborhood Adrian Lozano, host of the Adrian Lozano Show, and also host of this new smoking endeavor. I smoke every day on a regular basis, just usually from different orifices, but that's neither here nor there. The important thing to remember is you're with me now, and together we'll review some smoking. This particular episode is going to be my first episode. Apparently, since I'm on a new platform, this is going to be a bit wonky. They've got me clocked in at 15 minutes, and they have a weird editing program. So we'll see. We'll see. You know how I am. If you can't edit it, why bother? Okay, so today's first review, and probably only review, is going to be some pre-rolled Delta 8 cigarettes. Now, there's very little I can say, and I'll probably make the cover the pack, but I had to look up the Q code, and I found this 8 Delta 8 Canalab report. It gives you various information on, well, basically what's inside of who and who's inside of what. My good buddy Robot Voice will help me out here.
Canalab reports 8 Delta 8 Coa 22nd September 2020. Batch number 12,345. Batch number VPK 1,212. Broad spectrum. Cali 4 ounces 250 milligrams apple rings. Cali 4 ounces 250 milligrams blue raspberry rings.
Okay, so it's going to go through all the different kinds, and then it gets to the Delta 8s here.
Delta 8. Delta 8 1 milliliter carts. Delta 8 25 milligrams shot. Delta 8 50 milligrams shot. Delta 8 apple rings 11,112,020. Delta 8 doobie 12,990. Delta 8 flour 112,020. Delta 8 flour.
So it doesn't really give me the specifics. It's actually very difficult to find any images of it. I think it might, well, it says it's made in the U.S., but I can't find any information on it. It's simply got an 8 with a triangle, and it says Delta 8 hemp, 20 premium hemp pre-rolls made with high-quality hemp. Now, the warning here says, this product is not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Warning, consult your doctor before using this product. Keep out of reach of children. They just mean in general, like if you're walking down the street and a child reaches for you, just lean away from that shit. Okay. Do not use if pregnant, lactating, suffering from medical conditions, or taking medications. Well, fuck. I'm totally lactating. Okay. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean is I do 2 other shows, and this one's out of spite. Oh, yeah. I'm a big smoker. I'm about 6'2", made out of smoke. I weigh about, let's see here, about 140, give or take 100 pounds. And, I'm ethnic, so deal with that. Whatever ethnicity you want to place me as. I don't mind. Okay, so the cigarettes themselves, they've got this cute little foil. They come, like I said, it's in a green pack. They've got little buttholes. These buttholes are in the shapes of Stars of David. It's got a 6-pointed star. And they resemble, I would say, Marlboro Lights, because they've got gold on their top part, and then a little black line. They don't even have a name on the filter, but they do have a filter. They're solid white, and the kicker, here's the kicker, they taste like menthol. 100% totally taste like menthol cigarettes, like a cheap menthol cigarette brand. I'm talking like, these ain't extreme menthol like your fucking Marlboro black menthol, whew, knock you on your ass and make you blow chunks. It's so mentholy. But I'm talking like a Dorel menthol, like, smoking cardboard, it's been sprayed with menthol. That's what it's kind of like. That's a spicy menthol. It's not really spicy. It's actually very minty. Like menthol is super minty, and it's kind of like a breath of fresh smoke, which is where I got the idea for the title for this here episode. I just, I don't know. I feel like it's a good in-betweener. Like, let's say you roast a bowl, and then you want to, like, let your bud last. You still want to smoke, but you don't necessarily want to burn through your stash. Like that famous meme, it's like, say no to drugs. Why don't you just save some for later, the bag of weed says. And the guy standing there above the weed says, no. Love it. Okay, so are you ready for it? Are you ready? Now, it's interesting packing these, because I used to smoke Camel Wides so fucking hard. I used to smoke 2 packs of Camel Wides a day, like a sick fuck. And you know what it got me? This glorious high-pitched voice and a bunch of coughing going upstairs, and also getting winded. I'm not winded now. You're winded. No, you're winded. You hear that? That's the sound of sweet, sweet, sweet outage. You hear that? That was not what you think it was. That was what you think it was. Okay, so check this out. Whenever you put out your cigarette, if you want to get stale smoke out of it, what you'll do is you can knock off the cherry and then blow the smoke that was in the actual cigarette out. And then, throw it in there like you're lucky, upside down or whatever. If you do that, if you don't, whatevs. Doesn't fucking matter. But if you're not a big fan of that stale taste, some people say it tastes stale. Some people like their pickles cucumbered. Sir, you did that the wrong way. No. They like their pickles cucumbered. Sir? Mister? Okay. So, what's the next thing we're going to talk about? Next thing we're going to talk about is glass. The next thing and the last thing we're going to talk about on today's episode is a little thing I like to call Big Chief Premium Hemp Flower Moon Rock Hemp Roll Super Lemon Haze. Sounds like a mouthful, doesn't it? Now, Big Chief is a very popular brand. That's a brand you can look up. Unlike these Delta 8s. But let's just say that Big Chief's the winner here. It's definitely, you know what? It's going to be worth its own episode. Because I've had experience with Big Chief before. They've actually got grinders and other products that are decent. Like they got some cones that ain't bad. So we'll save that and just stick to one product at a time. One product at a time. But since this is my first episode, I'm being generous. Over here, over there, over here with you. So, what did we learn today? If you're in the mood for menthol and you want a little CBD flavor, how's the high? Like I said, it's a good in-betweener. If you catch a buzz, it's good at keeping you buzzed as opposed to. So my overall verdict is I wouldn't recommend this particular brand. It's not up to par with other products. Let's just say that it's something you can definitely pass, unless you're a real big menthol fan and you like smoking CBD. If you're trying to quit smoking cigarettes, this might be a not safe alternative is what they tell you. But, when you need to smoke something and it's not necessarily tobacco, I would suggest going this route if you really do like menthol flavor, but it's not for everybody, so it's whatevs. Let's see here. So I think that's going to go ahead and wrap up this first episode. Let's go ahead and give these a little rattle. Oh, that's the other thing, too. Like, I've had other brands before, like Banana Runts is, and then the Chiefs brand. But I've smoked everything from like Marlboro to Bugler to American Spirit to Dejarum Blacks to Dejarum Vanilla Dreams. Like, I've Dejarumed it up left and right. I worked at a tobacco shop for about a year and a half. I worked there for about a year and a half, but I only did a year's worth of work. I worked at a liquor store for also about a year and dealt with a lot more tobacco products than the average normal person. I also roll my own cigarettes as well as show various people how to roll on different occasions, and it usually works out. What you can also find here is tips on how to clean your smoking devices, your pipes, your water pipes, your what have yous, your thingamabobs, your doohickeys, all that kind of good stuff. I'm a fan of making things easier for people so that way they don't have to bother anybody. There's nothing like a good, solid bit of, common sense to get you through the day by yourself. And sometimes you just need a reminder of what to do in a certain situation. Like how to hold a lighter, Let's give you a quick example. If you got a Bic lighter, and you hold a lighter, and your fire is facing out, you want to not tilt it forward, because you run the risk of burning that there thumb of yours. So, you always want to have the lighter with the red part, or the gas, facing out. And when you turn it, it'll always be up. So, I know that visually this works way better, but I'm a jerk sometimes. So, if you're holding it in your hand, gas side out, laces out! Laces out! Okay, I think that's enough. You hold it gas side out, then you tilt it forward, you'll never burn your thumb. If you hold it gas side out, you'll always burn yourself. So, there you go. Use your imagination. Okay, my name is Adrian Lozano. For the record, I got a middle name. I do 2 other shows. One of them is about reading comic books, which I do pretty much every day. And the other one is various reviews on various things. I know that sounds super vague, but it's mainly, my last episode was about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm a huge geek when it comes to anything comic books. I especially love EC comic books. Most of the comics I read are EC and or He-Man. I very rarely read DC and Marvel, but I will make exceptions for the show. But in my own personal life, I read DC and Marvel all the time. So, but for the show, I wanted to read something that, it's like a break. It's like a break from the superheroes, because sometimes it just doesn't work out for these people, and that's scary. All right. If you want to get a hold of me, for whatever reason, I don't know why you would, maybe you got something you want me to smoke. That can be taken very many ways. But you can reach me at, you can reach me over at AdrianLozanoShow.com or on Instagram at Adrian Lozano Show. I'm also on the Twitter at Lozano Show. So hit me up there. I look forward to smoking with you more, and have a good whatever. I shall probably never see you, but I shall speak to you again in the future from the past. Alright. Thank you so much for listening. You're awesome. Oh, I also have products that I design that are available on Redbubble. Redbubble. And Society 6. Just little pieces of art that you'll see on my Instagram that I design myself that just allow me to have another outlet for my weird creative thoughts and artistic point of view. Alright, I shall do what I said, and you look out for, everything. Be careful. It's weird out there. But keep smoking, and I'll smoke with you later. That sounds very bad, like very bad advice. Never mind.